brought to you by BoardGameAtlas.com, the fastest growing board game community in the world. Kia ora koutou and welcome to The Expanse in about 3 minutes. It is a game for 2 to 4 players. There is no solo mode. Playing time's around 90 minutes. It's a moderately complex game. War is coming to the solar system. Martian military dominance has been threatened by an attack by unknown forces. But Earth seems to be responsible. Or is there another actor at play here? An external or even alien influence? Either way, the people of Earth's outer colonies, the Belters, will be the ones at the front line of any coming conflict. You will win if after the last scorecard is played, you have the most victory points. Victory points are gained for controlling territories and lost by purchasing and keeping cards. Competitive, only one faction can win. Card management. Cards determine what actions you can take and what events happen. Area control. Points are scored for controlling different areas on the board. Player turn. Each turn, one player will select a card to play. Cards cost a number of victory points to procure, as shown here. Only the leftmost card is free. The first player to act is the OPA. You can select the card and play it for its event, which is the text below, or play it for its ops points, which is the number in the top right of the card. Ops points can be spent on any of the following actions. In this example, the Mars player has 3 op points. They use 1 to move a fleet 1 band, a second to place an influence in a region they have a fleet, and the final one to build a new ship in their home territory. You can split your ops points as you wish. For example, Earth uses all 4 to place influence in 1 region. You can also select a card to keep by paying 1 victory point. This is your action for the turn, but the card may be played in a later turn. Whenever a player selects a card for ops points, the other players may be able to trigger the event. This happens in order of placement on the initiative track here. Your faction symbol needs to be on the card in order to use the event, so while the OPA is the first on the initiative track, they can't pick it. Protogen is next, and they choose to use the event, moving to the bottom of the initiative track. When a scorecard is selected, that player takes their choice of the bonus sectors and places it face down on the scoring track. Each player may now play 1 kept card for its event. Once those are resolved, reveal the bonus tile. Those areas will score these points, while all other areas will score this amount. To score an area, you need more influence than anyone else, and the player with the most fleets in an area wins ties. If the region matches one of your faction's 2 objectives, you score extra points. Play until the last scorecard is revealed. Why would you like this game? The Expanse is a game for people who want to try a GMT-style game, but are wary of the rules overhead that comes with something like Twilight Struggle or Fire in the Lake. It takes the essence of those games, strips away a lot of the complexity, making it a lot easier to teach and learn. The initiative track and being able to use events on other players' actions is really solid, and it helps keep people focused on what's going on the table. And the different factions do have some variable player powers, which is good, and I'm told the expansion does a lot to make them feel more unique as well. The best thing about this game is the player-controlled scoring. This leads to some of the game's best decision points. However, if you're after a game based on the adventures of the crew of the Rocinante, Miller, and Bobby, this is not a game for you. The expansion theme is there, but it's a veneer, and it feels like one of the least thematic adaptations I've played. There's also a sameness to the event cards you pick, with most having small impacts. We also found that the opportunity cost and paying victory points to keep cards wasn't all that great an option. For a less complex area control game in space, try Galilean Moons. And if the core mechanics appeal, but you want something deeper and more involved, try Fire in the Lake. The Expanse. Space is cold and dry. If you enjoyed this video, like it, subscribe to the channel, and support us on Patreon.